Hi, I'm Jordan Howard with Brunswick Cumberland Presbyterian Church. I was originally raised Baptist, and so I was kind of always told, well, love the sinner, hate the sin. And that never really made good sense to me, even as a child. But I was lucky enough that I also had parents that didn't really buy into that mentality. And they raised me and my brother to believe that if the worst thing that could happen is we got to heaven someday and God said, you know what, you were too loving and you showed your neighbor too much grace and you accepted people, and that would just be okay, that it was a lot better than the alternative of getting to heaven and realizing that we spent way too much time judging people to love them. And that was worst case scenario for my parents. And I think that that mentality really shaped me and my entire life. And it still does to this day. I'll ask myself, well, is this loving? Is this judgmental? Is this kind? And I think we all have to check ourselves because it's really easy to get hung up on things that make us different, because I think it's human nature to say that you see something and you're not familiar with it, so it's a little bit scary, and so you just close yourself off. So what I encourage people to do, and what I've tried to be really intentional about myself, is surrounding myself with all different kinds of people, learning about different religions, learning about different opinions and beliefs, and exposing myself to people that have different sexual orientations, learning about my transgender brothers and sisters. And I think that's a huge, powerful reason that I am who I am. I feel like that I've done this and I know so many different kinds of people, and it helps me to see all the ways that we're way more alike than we are different. Because if we let ourselves get hung up on those differences, we miss all the amazing connections that we can have and how we can support each other. And also the fact that the Bible tells us that we are all made in God's image, every last one of us. And so I think that says how amazing our God is, that He resembles every one of us. I think it's really telling that I know so many people that when you try to talk to them about diversity and inclusion of any kind, they'll say, oh, well, I just try to treat people the same, or I'm colorblind. And I always tell them that's not real. Human beings are not colorblind. We do naturally see differences, but the thing is, you can acknowledge those differences and you can accept them, but more than that, you can celebrate them. Because I think that it's amazing how different we all are, but we are still part of the great story of Christ. And I think that as long as we are trying to be intentional and open ourselves up and not close ourselves off, we can learn so much more than we possibly can give others. And I think that's the key to life, is just really realizing that we all have something to give, and we all have something that somebody else doesn't have. And if you connect with people and really open yourself up to those experiences and getting to know all different kinds of people, you're going to live a richer and fuller life. And you're also going to more resemble Christ by being around all different kinds of people and not isolating yourself and only surrounding yourself with people that think and act like you do.